today we all come, no doubt, with differing and particular concerns about how our leaders are leading the country. And those concerns shouldn't be glossed over, but at the root of all those concerns, I believe, is the ignoring of the Constitution and an ignoring of the principles laid out in the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence has these famous words recorded in it. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. In the few minutes we have together today, I know you've got other things to do today, but maybe not something as important as what you're doing right now, which is standing up for your government, our country. I want to focus on just one of those sentences mentioned by the Founding Fathers, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. First, our Founding Fathers said that government powers are instituted to secure these rights. That is, government is to guard the rights of the citizenry, not to guard the rights of the government against the citizenry. It seems today that our government is more interested in the power it can wield than the rights it can preserve. Second, the powers that governments are given must be just powers, not unjust powers. And last, these powers are to be derived from the consent of the governed. And so today, speaking in support of the rights of the citizens of the United States, speaking against the unjust power now being wielded against us as citizens, I have a message for the President and the Congress about what we will consent to and what we won't consent to. These may not all be yours, but I will use the word we for the presentation. To the President and both houses of Congress, I say regarding your unjust use of power, we do not consent to you bankrupting our nation further with your out-of-control spending. You have voted for the spending, you can stop it. If you don't, we will vote you out of office. We do not consent to you bankrupting our children and our children's children with an ever-increasing national debt and deficit spending. For the love of all that is sacred, have you no shame. We do not consent to a government takeover of the automobile industry, of our financial institutions, and of 1/6 of the U.S. economy called health care. There are hundreds of insurance companies in this country. How is it that adding one more, run by bureaucrats, is going to make competition better? You know this is a lie, and what you don't seem to know is that we also know that it's a lie. We do not consent to the government competing with the private sector. Do your job and stay out of ours. We do not consent to the appointment of self-avowed Marxists and communists to positions of influence in our government. The recent resignation of the Green Czar, Van Jones, came about only because Glenn Beck and others spoke up. Had they not, we still have a communist advising the President. And we may still have them. Mr. President, we see what you are doing, and we will hold you accountable at the ballot box and by impeachment if necessary. We do not consent to you passing laws that you have not read. We do not consent to you passing laws that apply to the average citizen but not to you. We do not consent to you, Mr. President, apologizing to other nations on our behalf. Not ignoring the great contributions of our allies, the United States and we as citizens have done more than any nation in history of the world to free oppressed people. Not only have we put our dollars on the line, we have put the lives of our sons and daughters and husbands and brothers on the line. Your apologies denigrate the great sacrifices so many have made. Yes, you speak for us on certain matters, but when you speak about us, please change your tone. We do not consent to your apologies on our behalf. do not consent to the political prosecutions of CIA agents who, in the line of duty, and with the advice of our own government's counsel, sought information to track down terrorists, to prevent further terrorist acts, and to save American lives. Stop now before you further endanger citizens of this great country with your foolish political prosecutions.
Yeah.
We do not consent to providing illegal aliens free access to the services and benefits of the American people as though it were their right. What part of illegal do you not understand? We do not consent, Mr. Rangel and others, to you in seats of government power creating laws to tax us while you repeatedly forget to pay your own taxes and misrepresent your income.
Right here. Yeah.
Please stop the hypocrisy and resign now. Now, we recognize that it's important for us to say what we're for, not just what we're against. So to you, Mr. President, and to both houses of Congress on both sides of the aisle, we do not ask, we demand that you follow the Constitution of the United States, the very Constitution you swore to uphold and defend. This includes protecting the right to free speech, particularly on the airwaves and on the Internet. It includes protecting the right to keep and bear arms. It includes protecting the right of freedom of religion, not freedom from religion, as is popular among those who don't understand our history and our nation. We do not ask. We demand that our government live within its means and balance the budget, not by raising taxes, but by reducing spending and paying down our national debt. We do not ask. We demand that you reduce taxes. It is reducing taxes, not increasing spending, that will stimulate the economy. We do not ask. We demand that you care for the medical needs of our military in a way that would make our nation proud. To you on the Supreme Court, we do not ask. We demand that you interpret the Constitution with no reference or thought to international law or laws of other countries. It is the Constitution of the United States you are to apply in each case, not the Constitution of some foreign country. To you in the media, we citizens say, do your job. Research, report, uncover, keep us informed, but keep your bias out of the news. The right of a free press is essential for a nation to remain free. But an entity that won't do its job is no better than an entity that can't do its job. You speak of journalistic integrity, yet appear to be a watchdog for one political party or the other, rather than a watchdog for the American people.
There you go.
To our enemies, both without and within, we citizens say that we will tirelessly oppose your efforts to change our country. We will defend ourselves and the Constitution that has made this country great. To our founding fathers, we citizens apologize for our lack of diligence in letting our nation drift this far. To Almighty God, we citizens give thanks for the great gift of freedom and the unalienable rights you've bestowed on us. To Almighty God, we also apologize for our failure to be good stewards of what you have so graciously given us through our founding fathers, this great nation called the United States of America. To our fellow citizens, we say now is the time to rise up with measured and powerful resolve to work within the political process to restore our nation's operating principles and common sense to that which was given us by our founding fathers and Almighty God as evidenced in the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of Independence. To all of these ends, we are here today. One day may all who come behind us say that we have preserved liberty and given to them the same legacy of freedom that our founding fathers gave to us. We must not fail, and we will not fail. Let freedom ring and the eagle fly proudly once more. If you would like a copy of this, Joyce Dance, the head of the Republican Party, tells me it will be on the Republican Party website after today.
Laying down for water.